In the past 12 months, I have visited more than 30 countries in an attempt to discover the truth behind the paranormal. What you are about to watch are 5 creepy videos with paranormal evidence that my skeptical mind has trouble explaining. Hoia Baciu Forest, Romania. Our first video takes us in what many believe is the most haunted forest in the world, Hoia Baciu. The forest exists in Romania, close by the large city of Cluj-Napoca, and has been shrouded in myths and mystery for generations. Disappearances are amongst the most commonly reported strange occurrences here. Some of those who have gone missing will return years later with no memory of where they have been, while others are less fortunate. This has led many to believe that the forest may contain a portal to another dimension. Others believe that aliens may play some part, especially since the forest is also infamous for UFO sightings. These are typically reported from a large, unexplained area of land in the middle of the forest, where no vegetation grows, commonly referred to as the dead zone. Pairing all of this with the deformed growing trees, countless ghost sightings, and further reports of paranormal occurrences drew me to not only visit, but spend the night in Hoia Baciu Forest. We did have some trouble debunking the next clip as something as ordinary. In this one, we were a short distance from the dead zone trying to reach out to the spirits of the forest.
Okay, so out here, a lot of apparitions have been seen that look as if they're people, but they're made of black shadow. There's also common reports
During the night, we could also hear many sounds all around us. These were mostly strange because of the acoustics. We actually couldn't distinguish where sounds were coming from at any given moment. Jared would claim a sound was coming from behind me, whereas I would feel like the same noise would come from behind him. Much of the noises in the forest we assumed were natural, trees shedding bark and branches or animals. These footsteps are compelling though. What do you think they could be? An animal? Another person spying on us without the aid of any light? Or something paranormal? The Skirrid Inn, Wales. Our next location is both the most haunted and oldest inn in Wales, rumoured to date back some 900 years. During its lifetime, the Skirrid Inn has seen vast amounts of death. Its upper floors have now been converted to hotel rooms, though were once used as a courtroom. It was here that many people were put to trial, sentenced to death, and then hanged over the staircase of the Skirrid Inn. It is said that approximately 180 hangings were carried out at the Skirrid Inn, and the original hanging beam still exists on the property. Today, numerous spirits are thought to remain trapped within the inn, some of which died from hanging, another thought to be a malevolent executioner, and some who died of unrelated causes within the inn. To investigate the many claims of paranormal within the Skirrid Inn, I spent the night. The clip that I want to share with you from the Skirrid Inn is actually of a response that I received during a spirit box session. If you aren't familiar with the spirit box, this is a device which sweeps through radio stations fast. Some believe that voices which come over the top of these sweeps could be ghosts communicating. This session was conducted in one of the rooms at the Skirrid Inn, which is supposedly haunted by a female spirit known as Fanny Price. She died there from tuberculosis during the 18th century. Here, I received a compelling response which was a direct answer to a question I had just asked, also given to me in a female voice. Now I've moved into room 3, which is another of Fanny Price's favourite rooms, so I'm going to try another spirit box session in here. Hello, are there any spirits around that want to talk? How many spirits are inside the inn?
25.
25 spirits here.
25. 25.
Who am I talking with? I always try to remain skeptical about any device that I use to gather evidence, and many people do not like the spirit box. It is always possible that this could have been radio interference. Yet the voice was so pronounced and direct that I feel as though it sounded different to normal interference. It was also highly coincidental to have received this direct response to my question. What do you all think? Was Fanny trying to communicate? Or did I simply pick up radio interference on the device?
25.
The Ancient Ram Inn, England. The Ancient Ram Inn is a withered old building, of which parts date back to 1145, yet it is still able to hold up its fierce reputation of being one of the most haunted places in the UK. Not only is it rumoured to sit upon 2 ley lines that intersect directly with Stonehenge, many also believe it may also sit upon both a dark portal and an ancient pagan burial ground. Some human remains supporting this theory have even been uncovered below the inn. Though there is an array of ghosts said to haunt various areas of the inn, many of whom are negative energies and known to be aggressive, there are some additional entities that are of a demonic nature and even more feared. Cases of both an incubus and a succubus visiting the inn have even been made. With such a fierce reputation behind it, I couldn't resist visiting the Ancient Ram Inn to see if I could experience any paranormal activity for myself. In this next clip I am about to show you, I picked up a pretty interesting temperature reading within what has been dubbed the Witch's Room. This reading of 66.6 was mostly interesting given the inn's background with demonic entities and satanic rituals having been conducted there. In addition, I picked up a light anomaly behind the temperature gauge directly after receiving this reading. Let's take a look.
Are you there? I heard you have a cat.
So something to note. Oh. Are you making that number on purpose? Is there someone in the back corner of this room? I can hear scratching coming from the back of the room. Alright, it's not 666 anymore, but what I wanted to show you is the difference in this temperature gauge here and this one on the floor. This one here reads 69. This one here is much lower, so 66.7. I don't know if that's normal. Could this strange light anomaly be paranormal, dust, or a bug? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. This one's staying pretty steady. This one here is fluctuating a bit. So this has gone way back up now. So that temperature gauge is going up now, which is different to what it has been. Right behind me is the window.
which is sort of at street level, and people have seen and taken photos of a woman peering out of that window.
What is mostly compelling about this clip is how much the temperature gauge on the table was fluctuating. It also read a lower temperature than the other gauge I had next to it on the floor. This other one stayed steady pretty much the entire time I was in the room. While the light anomaly I captured could have been dust, since it was very old and dusty in the ancient Ram Inn, it did move much faster and in a different fashion than I would expect dust to. Do you think this could have been coincidental? Did this number mean something? Did I simply pick up dust on my camera? Chillingham Castle, England. Our next scary video takes place in what is probably the scariest location on this list, Chillingham Castle. This impressive stronghold dates back to the early 1300s and lies quite close to the border of England and Scotland. It today functions as a hotel and museum, displaying its brutal history stained in torture and murder. Chillingham Castle is said to be haunted by an array of spirits. Some of these are thought to belong to the human remains that have been uncovered in various parts of the castle. Others who were tortured within the castle's dungeons and torture chamber, while the castle's infamous and bloody torturer is also thought to linger in Chillingham's walls. My next piece of evidence was captured within Chillingham Castle's dungeon. Here I was conducting a spirit box during the daytime. I was spending the night at the castle, but conducted this experiment before nightfall, but after the castle had closed to the general public. Here I pick up some very troubling sounding voices coming through my spirit box. Now I'm about to do a spirit box inside Chillingham Castle's dungeon. Hello, my name is Amy. Are there any spirits around that wish to communicate?
Stop.
Why were you locked in the dungeon here? Who is it that tortured you? What gives me goosebumps when I play this clip back is the emotion in these voices. The sounds are very fitting to something that may have once been said within that dungeon, and do not sound like something that would have been said over a radio broadcast. Additionally, and what is most disturbing, is that neither Jared nor I recall hearing these voices at the time. I have a vivid memory of leaving the dungeon, feeling a little disappointed at not picking anything up, only to discover these voices in the editing room. They even almost sound like they are coming from within the room with us, and not through the spirit box. What do you think? Could these voices belong to a tortured soul? Or could there have been some sort of interference? The Eden Hotel, Argentina. Our final piece of evidence brings us to the abandoned Eden Hotel in Argentina. This hotel was once one of the country's most opulent places, being built by a German family in 1897. This family held very close ties to Nazi Germany and Hitler himself during World War II. The support that they offered up to Nazi Germany eventually saw their hotel seized by the Argentinian government, triggering its decline into ruin. Several ghosts are thought to roam the deteriorated walls of this former hotel. The most commonly cited is the family's daughter, believed to have died of tuberculosis within the hotel, though waiters, babies, and a woman, all thought to have also died within the hotel, are commonly seen. I made the trip to the remote town of La Falda to investigate the supposedly haunted place. The clip I am about to show you occurred during a spirit box session, though what is of interest wasn't a voice picked up through the spirit box. As we were conducting this session, I saw a shadow figure out of the corner of my eye move past one of the windows to my side. I stopped the session and moved towards what I saw to investigate. Unfortunately, we didn't capture any of what I saw on camera, though we did capture 2 EVPs that followed, which are difficult to explain. Take a listen. Mein Name ist Amy. Welautet der Name? Can you just film over there? I swear I just seen something flash past that window, and I'm not even bullshitting. Hello? Maybe it's just that this hotel is so creepy, or these shades letting light through. Plus there's heaps of window here, so there's lots of banging doors and sound and stuff going on. Maybe it's in my head. It's in my head. It's in my head. It's in my head. The crying noise and woman's voice captured here are something we did not hear at the time. What is most compelling is the woman's voice, which sounds to me to be saying creature. This was picked up in a place we were completely alone. I know this as we were literally locked inside the hotel. It is also spoken as I am finishing my sentence, almost over the top of me, so it doesn't appear to be me making the noise. It also doesn't sound like Jared's voice, as it appears to be distinctly female. What do you think? Could this have been a ghost attempting to communicate? Or do you have some other theory as to what may have made this noise? Maybe it's in my head. It's in my head. It's in my head. It's in my head. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed this video of 5 creepy pieces of paranormal evidence I have captured. If you did, please remember to like, comment, share and subscribe. I would love to know what your favourite pieces of evidence are and what you think are the most compelling. If you want to read any more information about haunted locations I have visited, head to AmysCrypt.com. And remember guys, until next time, stay spooky.